Oh yeah, boss. I mean, I knew it was gonna ruffle some feathers, but we just talking about the feather dragon. I knew we was gonna ruffle some feathers when we told people to choose their Joshua because they can't let go of their Yahawashi, right? Because that story given to them, that is a reflection of things happening already in the indigenous world. And they can't let it go. So what can we do, man? All we can do is keep the water flowing. Anatoly Fomenko also showed that in many chronicles, the year 1054 AD, the so-called fundamental shift of 1053 years in chronology is implied as year 1 in accordance with Christ's birth. So when I say choose your Joshua, man, I ain't poking no fun at nobody. I ain't trying to hurt your feelings, but yeah, it's the fourth quarter, and if anything is ignorant. See, I don't call people stupid. You know what I mean? I just say that if there's an ignorance, then maybe it's a lack of overstanding, my naga, that there's a shift going on. There's a shift going on. There's a shift of at least 1,000 years. So by the time you put your 1,000 years back in chronology, then you have two Joshuas merging, happening at the same damn time. This means that the medieval chroniclers often dated the birth of Christ precisely to 1054 or 1053. Choose your Joshua. Because you can't have Jesus and Joshua rocking at the same damn time, man. Come on. 1054, right? But what about this Joshua? Israel the third went south to the Toltec lands of Mexico, and his grandson Makir, America, we're talking you, Managa, or Mixcoatl of the Toltecs, was the grandfather of Tapuzin. And this is who we're talking about, the priest of Quetzalcoatl, or Joshua, who left Cholula for Rota in about 1000 AD. Check out the timeline, man. So we bring in Quetzalcoatl from here. I mean, let's back it up a little bit. Because again, we're just talking the Toltec, right? So you're talking the American history. I ain't calling nobody stupid. I'm just saying maybe we're ignorant to what's happening in America in 775 when this Nehemiah is coming to reconquer. This is a family war, an Israelite war in America, man. And compare it with the Prester John Genghis Khan invasion and these phantoms and duplications. The American empire of Kalalus. Kalalus was ruled by Sylvanus Texas. Who's Sylvanus? It's Solomon the Builder, the hereditary ruler of the former Jewish-ruled Roman colony, or the Hebrew Romani. Reman means pomegranate in Hebrew. Reman is where they get Roman. So these Romani Hebrews, representing the pomegranate, which represents the promised land, are already here building. Already here. Kalalus was founded in the 1st century BC. Now, let's just take it down here. The legends of Ogier the Dane, son of Godfrey, and Dune family. The legends of Ogier de Mayints actually refer to Tuatha de Danann. We're talking the tribe of Dan, Dunan, who are also known as the Mananan or Maine of America. This is out of the Forbidden Histories of America. The Irish legend of Regamon also alludes to this family, but they're leaving something out in the book, and we had to get that in a separate doc that had the original of what they really meant to say. We had to get it, all the way back from this Michael Rourke.blog. The legend of Ogier the Dane, right? Son of Godfrey, Dunde Mayins, Tuatha Danann, Dunan, also known as Mananan, Maine of America, right? But what did they leave out over there? Where the giant ogre heads of the Olmec are found. So now we have a face to put on this. Now we go into the she. Now we go into the Tangu. Now we can dig in, the she connection with the Kara Katai, the tribes. led by Wong Kong, David. Now we can connect to David. Before you get a new superhero, know that we're just talking Olmec when we talk the Toltec, my naga. And we put it together in Forbidden Histories about the Toltec what? The Toltec lands. We're talking Quetzalcoatl. He rejoined the remnant of the Rodans. Remember the high Amazon queens of the Rhodas? Put these together with the queens, who he led east and then back to Europe, and some of the Latin Jewish rodents settled in northwest Spain. So now you can put it together with the More and More War in Spain, because they were fighting for freedom. Welcome in the fight to preserve the freedom of northwest Spain from the Muslims, man. More on more war. That's when you talk Lancelot or Lancelin or Calalus. That's when you're talking Camelot or King Arthur is King David of Calalus. Lancelot is what? Lancelin. And we're just surfing the wave, man. Hey, I guess we did it. I guess we did it until the battery went out, man. I guess we did it until now, we got to just turn the lights off, man, on this Yahawashi business. We did it till the wheels fell off, man. I'm proud of y'all, my nagas. And this ain't to ruffle no feathers or hurt no feelings. It's to get you researching. At least you researching. Whatever conclusion you come to when you choose your Joshua, when you realize all this is happening at the same damn time, then you're going to have to choose which storyline you're picking up with. The one that crosses right, the real cross, the cross sticks into our indigenous history, into our indigenous Papu Vu flow, into the Kitzel. But the Kitzel ain't that JC over there. That's a reflection that's happening at the same damn time according to their timeline. But what anointed is being born in 1053? And what's this got to do with the same Joshua Quetzalcoatl rainbow dragon? Right? The star of Bethlehem, right? The star without a tail, or the star with a tail. We're talking dragons in the air as these Mashiachs are born. So we know that the books are being unsealed, but rule number one is you don't put no power beside or before or next to or near your Hawa. And there's never an excuse for it. And now you hear them coming out and they're clearly saying what they clearly been doing the whole time. You can't go to the Creator unless you go through the Son. And you're saying the same thing they said with Jupiter. You can't go to the Creator. You can't get to Zeus, right? You can't get to Saturn unless you go through Jupiter, right? The sun has always been worshipped, and your continued worship of the sun, no matter what, manifestation of it you create. You are now syncretizing all of these stories into making your own image. You're reappropriating this image, calling it Yahawashi. That sounds cool. Calling it Yeshua. Well, it sounds better than Jesus. Because you know who you're calling on when you call on that Isus. That's why you get out of that. But then you keep the story. Nah, man. Separation